Hi Stampers, it's super awesome stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, USA. In this video, I will share how to create this greeting card, so let's get started. You'll need a couple of supplies from your stamp stash. So one of our square vellum doilies, an envelope of course to mail your card in, some scrap to punch your dragonfly on, and then some other pieces. I'll give you the measurements along the way. So our card base is going to be basic black, and it's A2. I'm in the USA, so it's an A2 size. So I just use a bone folder to crisp up that edge so it lays a little flat while we are assembling. The inside piece is just going to be my standard 1/6 of an 8.5 by 11 piece of Whisper White cardstock. And then from the front, I had this piece of pattern paper, and it originally measured 4 by 4 inches, but I cut a 3/4 inch off on one side. So this piece will be attached to the top on the inside. Just like to decorate a little bit of the outside. Bring a little bit of the outside to the inside. And I just butt it up right against the white so it's perfectly flat. It doesn't add another layer of thickness when mailing. Okay, so next up is our Flirty Flamingo piece. This measures 4 1/8 by 5 1/4 inches, and we are going to make a pattern. So I'm going to use a Memento ink pad, and I've already got my stamps mounted up from the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. The Dragonfly and the big floral is what I'm using today, but these are the rest of the stamps in the stamp set, Dragonfly Garden. It's new in the January to June 2021 catalog. All right, so what we're going to do first, though, is grab my sentiment and place that in the upper right-hand corner and upper left-hand corner. There we go. And then I'm going to make a little bit of a pattern with the dragonflies. So I came in and nestled the leftmost wing right under the U. So that was my starting point. So making a little bit of a custom pattern paper. One right there. One down here. And then I don't want the long part of the dragonfly body on the pattern, so I'm making sure that body is off onto my scrap piece. I just want the wings in the upper corner. And then before I get rid of this stamp, we are going to stamp the envelope back. It's a nice big dragonfly, so we may as well use it to decorate up the envelope. Okay, I'm done with that stamp. So next up is to bring your scrap piece of Flirty Flamingo, and I'm not done with that stamp. I need to stamp one more dragonfly. So stamp it on the scrap, and you can see that if you alternate it, you'll get more out of your scrap pile. Okay, now I'm done with that stamp. And then, oh, I don't need this. I thought I needed this. You know what? Let's just stamp it so you can see what it looks like. We'll put it on the envelope. It's just a fun prairie foliage field stamp. It's very pretty. Okay, and that's the reason why I got the stamp set. It had a nice big coneflower at the top. All right, I'm done with the Memento ink, so I'm going to cover that up because it will stain my clothes. All right, next I'm going to bring in the punch. So the Dragonflies Punch has got a mini and a full size. And the way punches and dies work is you stamp first and you punch or die cut second. So stamp your image and then punch it out second, and you've got a perfectly positioned stamp on your punch. Now I've got some extra scrap there. So instead of maybe throwing it into our scrap pile, maybe we should decorate up our card a little more. As long as we got this little mini to do it with. There. Okay, now I feel good about throwing that in the trash bin. We used almost everything that we could on that. All right, so let's bring back in our supplies and see where we're at. So this is going to be the first layer. So grab my tape runner. Actually, before I tape that down, I'm going to tape my Designer Series paper first. And there's no real direction on this, although I think it might look a little better this way. These kind of look like embroidery flowers, little French knots, maybe little roses there. All right, the reason why I didn't attach the large Flirty Flamingo to the basic black is because in case I needed to custom cut my little strip off here, I had the opportunity to do that, but it looks like I cut it perfectly straight. So I'm using Stamp and Seal today, actually Stamp and Seal Plus. And I just got a little bit right there, but I can peel it off, and it gives a little bit of a thin film. And it's stronger than, yeah, it's my Stamp and Seal Plus. It's stronger than Stamp and Seal. So what I'm doing here is I'm just overlapping the edge of the pattern paper and then onto the pattern of dragonflies that I stamped. And it gives a finished look when you do that, kind of like a finished seam. All right, now I can attach this down. And you can see I started to stamp another one, but I thought, why not make another video while I got everything out? So you always got two sides to a paper, and that's what you just saw. Okay, press down. Next, we've got our doilies. So they are square and they're vellum. I only wanted to use a triangle, so just cut from one corner to the other and save this for a second card, and then that will be placed right there. So to attach this, since it's vellum, I just put a glue dot in the center, just one, lining up the edge of the doily with the edge of that Flirty Flamingo. All right, and to secure the other points down, I'm going to grab my champagne rhinestones. There are 3 different sizes on this pack. So we're going to do the smallest size on either corner, grabbing some of the vellum and putting half of the rhinestone directly onto the Flirty Flamingo. So you can kind of see it secures that down. And then the one down there, we'll use a medium gem. I didn't like the large gem down there, but the medium looks fine. All right, then our dragonfly that we stamped and punched, we're going to pop that up on some dimensionals, one on either edge, either side, to give it to some stability. That just goes in the center and it fills in where that pattern might have been stamped. And also adds a little more adhesive through the vellum there. Now these, I didn't have these stamped on my card, so let's just put them on some glue dots and figure out where they need to go. Looks like I can do 2 per card. And you know what? I think they will look great on the inside. A little surprise on the inside. Oop, I didn't grab my glue dot with my paper. Let's use my take your pick tool, and that way you're assured to grab the glue dot with your dragonfly. Love that little addition. Just a little something that's not a full size something that's on the outside. It's a little mini on the inside. There we go. So here's my sample card, and here's the card I just created. So I'm going to show you the pattern pack this comes in. It is called Flower and Field. It is a celebration offering, which means if you spend $50, excluding shipping and tax, at my online store during celebration, which is going on right now, you can claim this paper pack for your reward. So there are 12 sheets total. So this is the front side and this is the back side. So I've splayed them all out here so you can see all the patterns in that pack. So like I said, this is one of your celebration options. We have a whole brochure full of exclusive products that you can pick, including other paper patterns and stamp sets. The stamp set that I used today would have been the Dragonfly Garden and also the Punch. So that is about, well, the Dragonfly Garden is 23. The Punch is, let me see here, 18. So it almost gets you to 40. If you purchase the gems and the doilies, that should get you over to the $50 threshold. So you can get that Flower and Fields pattern paper for free. All right, thanks for watching. This is Super Awesome Stamper, Shirley Merker. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the notify bell so that you know when I load new content to my YouTube channel. Also, place any orders for products at my online store at sjsinks.stampinup.net. You can get to my online store through my website at superawesomestamper.com. All right, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Stamp with you soon. Bye.